أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ومولانا محمد المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم بمددكم ونظركم سيدي يا رسول الكريم يا حبيب العظيم مدد يا سيدي يا سلطان الأولياء من شيخ عبد الفايز الداغستاني شيخ محمد ناظم حقاني سلطان قلوبنا مولانا شيخ هشام Kabbani مدد الحق حجة الله المخلص أنا عبدك العجيز الضعيف ومسكين وظالم وجهل. And by the grace of Allah that He keeps us still in existence. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahīm. Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulul amri minkum. And that we took a path of being nothing. And that by the grace of Allah that Allah keeps us under His rahmah inshaAllah from this ocean of Ḥubb, this ocean of love that Mawlana Shaykh's teaching and explanation of the Ha and Ba, that there's a reality happening that from Mulk, the physical world, and Malakut, the spiritual world of light, most traverse the physical world. So we don't have to keep using the Arabic and English, the Mulk. They live on the physical world trying to understand the spiritual realm. So they're trying to understand the Malakut. The kalam and the words that are on this earth have an explanation based on human conditioning. So now you say love, everybody has an understanding of love based on what conditions, what they were put through, what events happened in their life. So imagine the spectrum of what Ḥubb means on dunya. From left to right, people are going to have a different understanding of love. But what Allah meant in the world of light, completely different than what this world of form is understanding. That's where the two differences are happening. So most they live their life in this mulk, in this world, trying to understand these kalam, these words, these expressions, these phrases. By your perception, limited perception also, because you're going to use your senses depending upon how these senses are opened or not open, what conditions you've had in your life. Have you been loved as a child or were you beaten as a child? So many different variables. Sorry about that. Many different variables are involved in this understanding. So this is dunya. Imagine how mixed it could be. Allah has a different reality coming from Malakut. So awliyaullah come and they inspire within the heart that understand what Allah wants. What is it that Allah wanted from this letter, this word of Ḥubb? Consists of Ha and Ba. To reach the reality of the Ha and the oceans of al-Hayat. So this is going to be dealing with Malakut. As soon as we see the Ha in that word, it's signifying the oceans of al-Hayat, the oceans of eternity, its strength and its power. To reach to that Hayat, they're teaching us that you have to go to that Ba, because you can't shoot to the Ha without going through the Ba. You're approaching this way. You don't approach the top of the reality just by bouncing to the top, you go through the door. So it's always the left side is the door towards the right side. Right? You have to start on this side to move towards the real power. The destiny, the destination is the Ha, is oceans of al-Hayat. So what were they searching for, all awliyaullah? The fountain of life, the fountain of eternity, the fountain not of youth, they didn't care for youth, it was the fountain of eternity. Have to go through the Ba. So then they come and they teach that all of Holy Qur'an is in 30 juz. 30 juz is in 7 verses of Fātiḥah. All of the reality of Holy Qur'an is in 30 juz. This 30 juz are on the 7 verses of Surah Fātiḥah. So that's why when we started, their understanding of Qur'an is Furqan. These are the realities of Holy Qur'an. When Allah want to show you the ashiqeen, they have to have traversed this ocean and entered into that Bāb. And Prophet came to teach that all of Qur'an, now for us to understand like a laser, its secrets are brought into 30 juz, the 30 para, because it's condensing like a power. These 30 and 7 verses of Fātiḥah. That's why they say Basir Surat al-Fātiḥah. If they have the sir and the secret of Surah Fātiḥah, Surah Fātiḥah controls all the Holy Qur'an. You'll find all the Holy Qur'an coming from 7 springs of Surah al-Fātiḥah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen will contain all the verses of Hamd. Every verse of Hamd came from Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, every verse mentioning Rahman or Rahim comes from that fountain. So that's how awliyaullah witness that all of Qur'an's realities are flowing through these 7 fountains. Then these 7 fountains will be condensed to a stream called Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahim. So it's flowing now from Manzil Qur'an, from the source of Holy Qur'an, the heart of Prophet. It's a spring, because who knows himself will know his Lord. So this Isra wal Miraj was Prophet's learning of himself. Why would Prophet give us a hadith that he is not following? So who knows himself will know his Rabb. So the mirage of Prophet was into his own reality when Sayyidina Jibreel showed him. See that river? The source of everything is the Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahim. That Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahim, 19 letters condense all of its power into the Bāb. This is a Bahr al-Qudra, this is an ocean of power. So then Allah refers to these people of the Bāb because they were dressed from Holy Qur'an, they were dressed from the 7 verses of Surah al-Fātiḥah, their 7 openings of their face been dressed by the 7 realities of Surah al-Fātiḥah. From Surah al-Fātiḥah Allah dressed them from the secret of Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahim. When they say Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahim, they say it with all its secrets and its realities upon their soul. It doesn't manifest like like you say Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahim and you start to levitate. They merely say it and Allah dresses their soul from all its realities. That Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahim, it takes its power from that Bāb. The Bāb. This is the ocean of Bahr al-Qudra, ocean of power. So then Allah refers to these people, Ulul Bāb. Bāb. Ba. Doesn't make it too difficult. It's really easy. So people look and say, Shaykh, how come you make it sound so easy? Because it's really easy. Shaitan just confuses everybody to make everything seem like it's complicated. But Allah the truth is hidden in plain sight. When Allah referred that none of you know but the people of tafakkur. Why? Because they contemplate, and who knows himself, Allah will show the lordship. What governs you of bad character, defeat them. Then Allah begin to show the lordship of the heavenly kingdom. At that time Allah want to introduce that servant, that I'm going to dress you from my holy Qur'an, I'm going to dress you from its realities, I'm going to dress you from Surah al-Fātiḥah, I'm going to dress you from Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahīm. I'm going to dress you from the 19 letters that guard Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahīm, which those 19 letters are Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan and Hussein. Those are 19 letters of Ahlul Bayt that they carry the reality of Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahīm. So how you can love companions and not love Ahlul Bayt? It's impossible, that key won't open. Same as that you cannot love Ahlul Bayt and not love the holy companions. They hold the reality and the love of Prophet ﷺ. You have to love whom Prophet ﷺ loved, and each carries immense realities of these secrets. When Allah wants to dress the servant, because this is all the definition of what is love. What is love? Is there a song for that? There's another song, what's love got to do with it? That's a different talk. This is about what is love. Because everybody coming to the table with a different understanding of Ḥubb. And each one won't explain, no, love is this, love is that, love is beat this person, love is to give food to this person. No, no. Allah's understanding for us to understand. Allah gave an ingredients when He gave the 2 letters. In Malakut, when Allah make a letter and a word for us, each letter is a loaded reality, not anything random. When Allah gave the name ʿAlī, He gave His ancient ḥaqq, He gave His ancient ayn. He gave the ancient secrets of al-alim and knowledges. All 4 companions, their names are ayn. Omar, Uthman, Abdullah and Ali. These are 4 ancient knowledges that Allah gave to their soul when He made their name. Their mother and father didn't make the name. Allah made the name by the ingredients of this huruf. And what the huruf contains of its realities, Allah said, that's going to be the name. Like a cake has all the ingredients. The cake doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's Allah put the ingredients, that's going to be the name. By the time it comes to earth, everybody's interpretation is incorrect and lost, what they call lost in translation. So love, Ḥubb, oh nobody understands what it is. Malakut, they begin to teach, no, Allah is describing that you have to be dressed from my ba. Means all of Qur'an has to be dressing upon you. The 30 juz dressing upon you, Surah Fātiḥah dressing upon you, and I have to have given you the key of Bismillāhir Rahmanir Rahīm. At that time I will introduce you to the Albāb, and they stand guard for that reality. Those Albāb have to bring your soul into that reality to be dressed by that reality. Then these are the people of the Bāb, the people of the door of knowledges. Where Prophet ﷺ described this whole reality, I am the city of all knowledges. ʿAlī Bābuhā. So Imam Ali is the gatekeeper of that Bāb. And he sits with the Zulfiqar to teach you that you're not going to come here with your head, you're going to come with your heart. So those who are watching on the internet and haven't been trained, this is not where you throw out 1,000 random questions. What about no? This is where you lose any concept of what you think you understand. You are far from its reality. Empty your head. That's why the adab of Sayyidina Khidr and Nabi Musa that you're not going to be able to follow me especially with the knowledge you have that's incomplete. Means whatever incomplete knowledge you have, the whole time you're going to complain that this is wrong. So even Allah and Surah Al-Kahf gives the adab of following these people of the Bāb, Ulul Bāb. You cannot follow the Ulul Bāb who want to dress you and teach you from realities. And you want to keep using your head, it's that very head of yours that has ruined your entire life. If you're out on the internet, it's the head you shouldn't be trusting, nor should you be listening to it. It's the heart that they want to open. So every time they talk, your head is going to be greatly confused, even you may feel pain in your head, because they want to shut off the faculty of your thinking, because your thinking is wrong. I have to express to myself, I'm a zalim. If you think you know, then how are you going to grow? So the first step was that, no, I'm a zalim, Ya Rabbi. I don't know anything, I don't know anything. They teach us in our life, keep your cup empty. I don't know nothing, I know nothing, I know nothing. So that Allah continuously pours upon the soul, I send you more, I send you more. When you know nothing, Allah sends more. So they teach that to enter into that gate, be nothing, you know nothing. The sword of Imam ﷺ is standing there to lose your thought process of your head, come with your heart. As soon as the servant will be granted to enter that gate, these servants were then thrown their soul into the oceans of al-Hayat. Their soul is dressed, because if they were given Rahman and Rahim, Bismillāh Rahman Rahim, imagine now that's a different talk of what Bismillāh Rahman Rahim was. Allah gave to them. Allah gave them Sifat al-Rahman, which is the Mulk, and Sifat al-Rahim, which is Malakut. Rahim controls Rahman, because Rahim is from Malakut. Malakut kulli shay. The world of light controls the world of form. If Allah gave them all that reality, then Allah take their soul and dress them from oceans of al-Hayat. So these souls of these people of Ḥubb, they're Hayy al-Qayyum, they're very much alive. Everyone else is walking dead. You say, Shaykh, I'm alive. You say, no, actually in Allah's eyes you're dead. You walk this earth as a flesh eater. Have you seen the movies of Walking Dead? They didn't reach Hayat. They're living an imitated life. Hayat, they don't die. They tasted death, Allah reversed their soul over their body, and these are the people of Hayat. That's why when they go into the grave, their flesh remains fresh. And many stories of awliyaullah that their bodies are fresh in there. Nothing to be eaten, no worms to be taken from their body. Means that these oceans of al-Hayat is dressed upon their soul. Their souls are alive. And that's why in the Nat Sharif that we were reciting, that anywhere Prophet ﷺ looked, people came to life. The nazar, muhi al-qulub, the reviver of dead hearts, the nazar of Prophet ﷺ brings everything to life. And they inherit from Prophet ﷺ that the hearts that are dying, their nazar revives their heart and their spirituality. There's no need to bring a dead body back. Sayyidina Isa struggled to bring a dead body back to earth and had 12 companions. Sayyidina Muhammad had 124,000 companions, all of whom are the highest of awliyaullah. 313 of them inheriting from messengers, Ashab al-Badr. Unimaginable the levels of purity. From who? Muhi al-Qulub. The one whom his heart is directly from Divine Heart, that just the nazar and gaze brought them all to their realities. That is the ocean of al-Hayat. This is a description of the people of Ḥubb. So anyone who says that they're a person of Ḥubb and that they are trying to be, or they are Ahbab al-Nabi, they have to at least understand the haqqaiq. That these are not just words that are empty, but there's a tremendous reality that they should have experienced through their spirituality. And this is not something you read somebody else's spiritual book. You don't read somebody's spiritual events in their life and by virtue of you reading it you think you inherited that. It's not something you read. You have to have experienced it in your seclusions. That you witnessed with your soul what Allah dressed upon your soul, blessed upon your soul, and you understand who you are, because it's the hadith. If you know yourself, you'll know your Lordship, you'll know what Allah bestowed upon your soul. Those are the real lovers of Allah. And they achieve قُلْ إِنِ كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي. They followed يُحِبُّكُمُ Allah. Allah activated their love, they're real. So those are the people of Ḥubb. Now Allah describes the importance of the people of Ḥubb in Ḥabl, the rope. Ḥabl. Sorry, we're trying to teach Arabic, but there are Arabs here, so forgive us. Because we absolutely don't know any Arabic. That's so that you can prove we didn't read this. We're ummi, we're not people who've read Arabic. This is its own dalil. So Ḥabl is the rope of Allah. What Allah says in Holy Qur'an, itasimu bihablillah jami'an wala tafaraqu. Tafaraq they translate as don't separate. In reality it's not don't separate, don't make firq. Don't make a firq and a separation of these people of reality, because if you make, what's the word that they make? Differences. Firqah. It becomes a firqah. Don't make differences between these people of reality. Much higher understanding than separate. Allah is describing, hold tight to the Ḥablullāh. Hold tight and don't make a separation of who they are. All of them are Ḥablullāh. 124,000 ropes of Allah and Prophet on this earth right now. And it's a big gunaah to make a separation between them, to make a difference. No, I followed that shaykh and this one is not a shaykh. Be careful, because when you start to cut into the rope, you actually cut yourself from that rahmah. So that's why Allah said, don't separate. Separate would be easy, you just think you're walking away. But the difference is to make firqah, make sects, make groups, make things that are separating from that reality. This one is, but that one isn't. If they understand that reality and they're from 124,000, they are from that reality, and Allah's order to you is don't separate them, don't make differences between them, sit with them. Now the lamb will become the one that teaches us. So then in Ḥabl, this lamb is a lisan. So what Allah meant by rope? There's no rope hanging from the heavens. So we already described, these are the people of Ḥubb, that Allah connects them with Lisan al-Ḥaqq. So the Ḥubb and the people of Ḥubb, they're connected. The rope that Allah is interested in is that you better be connected to Lisan al-Ḥaqq. There's no rope in heavens. These were all for dunya understanding, to give somebody in the Mulk an understanding. In the world of light, there's no rope. So the lamb comes to teach us. This lamb, this lisan, this tongue is the tongue of truth. Who's the tongue of truth? It's Prophet ﷺ. I was created before Adam was between clay and water. I am the Prophet of Allah. I am the Rasulullah before the form of Adam, means before this Mulk in Malakut. I am Lisan al-Ḥaqq, my reality created to speak on Allah's behalf. That nobody speaks to Allah, nobody sees Allah, they speak only to Sayyidina Muhammad, and that's why he is Rasul Allah. Rasul Allah, that he speaks on his lisan for Allah. So this Ḥabl is a connection to the tongue of Sayyidina Muhammad. So then our whole life of being dressed by Ba, being dressed by Ha, was that Allah grant you a tongue off of this tongue. If you don't have the tongue, you better be connected to those whose tongue is activated by that reality. So it means the rope that you hold in life is going to be Divinely teachings that are coming to you. This tongue that they inherit was Lisan al-Siddiq. So Lisan al-Ḥaqq, the tongue of truth, he gives his tongue to the tongue of the Siddiqs. So the Siddiqs, they inherited the tongue of Prophet because Prophet dressed them from Ba, dressed them from Ha, and these are Ahbab. These are my Ahbab. Follow any one of them, they're stars. So Lisan al-Siddiq. And then what Allah described, Lisan al-Siddiq al-ʿalī. In Surah Al-Maryam He says, Allah when I want to give you a gift, and wisdom and knowledge is the greatest gift, you will inherit from Lisan al-Siddiq al-ʿalī. Means the highest form of inheritance is to seek this tongue of truth. This tongue of truth is a rope that grabs you and teaches you. So then they come and teach all your life, you have to be in the associations of haqqaiq. You have to be with the Ahbab al-Nabi, the lovers of Prophet. Their tongue is a tongue connected to Prophet. That tongue, all its teachings and all its kalam is a word, and all their words are ropes. And we were talking today, and it's interesting that computers are based on that technology. So the words in computers is called strings. The string, the sentences on a computer line is a string when they do programming. And the series of strings are called threads. Well, Allah wanted programmers to understand that, to equate words with ropes, to understand. This computer system that we built was built upon understanding ourself. We emulated ourself. We put a screen which is our head, we put a CPU which is our heart, we put all sorts of programming to understand the dialogue between ourself and the Divinely Presence. And so string being words, a series of strings being threads, it equates to that reality that these words and these teachings of awliyaullah, they are the ropes that connect us with Divinely Presence. If you're not under their nazar and not under their training, not under their teaching, you've been disconnected from that rope. And that's what Allah is telling us, that hold tight to this rope. This Ḥablullāh is a direct rope that comes from Prophet coming with all the realities we described. And when you're holding tight, Allah gives the adab, don't make sects, don't make groups, don't make this one right, this one wrong, this one. Any one of these ropes that you have access to, sit and learn from them. If they are real ahbab and they understood this reality of Ahbab al-Nabi, there's not just one. And now all the differences of these people on the internet is based on money. It's not based on haqqaiqs. Nobody sits with anybody else because of money. Who's going to collect the envelopes? Who's going to take the cash home? That's all that's left. This is not about Prophet anymore. If it was about Prophet they wouldn't spread gossip and rumor so that you don't sit with them. You don't sit with who? The people of the rope that are teaching the realities of Prophet. Yeah, because it's bad for business and bad for money. That's no longer the reality. That's why we say it's akhir zaman, the end is coming. They put the people in charge just to collect the money. But if you find from these awliyaullah 124,000 of them of ropes on this earth, if they're teaching these haqqaiqs and they're teaching these realities, these are a rope from the heart of Prophet. And if you're connected to them, hold tight to them, don't leave. That is a rope of safety, that is a rope that dresses the soul in all of its eternity and eternal dress. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa basir Surat al-Fātiḥah. It's a lot, don't worry about it. You didn't understand, I didn't understand either. We can watch the video later. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina